August for the plays of summer. Let's go around the world of sports. So when y'all get together, of course, you have to go back to school and you say, well, how'd you spend your summer? Can you see the nuns getting in there? Well, class, here's how I spent summer. We were dancing with a Phillie Phanatic, having ourselves a great party. And of course, if you're gonna have a party, you might as well bring along the sensuous Bobby. Or is she an usherette? What is Bobby? I'm sure. Anyway, maybe you're one of their Rockettes. And if you're gonna have a party, you gotta have pies. Hey, Tom Davis, let's have a meringue pie. Sure, with a little help from Sam Horn. Oh, man. Now then, it looks like Cal Daniels has already been to the party. Look at him coming home. Whoops, he had a great, he tripped, he stumbled, and he crawled home at 4:30 a.m. only to find the lady standing at the door. The best play by a ball girl in Chicago, down the left field line. You say, well, no, wait a minute, that couldn't have been the best, that must have been the worst. No, that was the best. Here is the worst. Because you see, the worst was turned into the Metrodome where the ball boy comes over and picks it up. Problem is, it was a fair ball. Whoops, dropped that baseball. Hope nobody's looking at me. Don't worry, the sports machine is always... What do, man? You just want to dig and just climb under a tunnel. The best barehanded grab. Greg Matthews of the Phillies. And he makes it look so nonchalant. It's just so easy. Like catching a Nerf ball. He doesn't even shake his hand like, oh, that sucker did sting. Home run robber of the month. Otis Nixon of the Braves, who climbs the wall, climbs the Fulton Stadium center field wall to make the catch. That gets the home run robber of the award. Surprise exit from the ballpark. Brian McRae of the Royals, leaving Fenway Park, avoiding the early traffic jam. Up and over he goes. Goodbye, Brian. But the fastest exit was turned in by the Braves' Deion Sanders. Hey, 2 Fulton County Stadium plays this month. Here comes Deion. Up and over he goes. Now, Deion, you don't get hit any harder in the secondary for the Falcons than that. A little help from the security guard, thank you. You cannot run through the wall. If you don't believe me, just ask Bip Roberts of the Reds face first into the wall. You cannot run through the wall, and it hurts if you try. The surprise meeting in the outfield. The Giants, Mark Leonard. Here comes Mike Fielder. So you can see it coming. From right and left field, from center and left, you knew it had to happen. The surprise meeting in the infield took place between the Padres, Tony Fernandez, Kurt Stillwell, and they both go down. The roughest homecoming, that's Gene Larkin. He says, I think I can score. Indians' Junior Ortiz says, no, you can't. Man, you think, you got to have a special life insurance policy to be a catcher. The angriest pitcher, Orioles' Todd Frohwerth. Here, take the baseball, take the hat, take the glove, take everything. Because the president's going to take a few of your dollars, man. The wildest flip of the summertime, there was nothing else close, folks. Davey Allison in Pocono 500. If you count them, Davey flipped a total of 11 times. The miraculous part of all this is Davey Allison was back, ready to race the following week. Davey Allison has not missed a race, still stands to grab millions come next week. Talk about the midget car with a king-size flip. How about Bob Ciccone? Bob Ciccone, Indianapolis, sprint car racing. Who says these sprint cars don't give you a thrill a minute? Bob Ciccone, Indianapolis, one to remember. The worst slide, the Dutch Motorcycle Grand Prix, 500cc. Eddie Lawson, one of the most popular motorcycle drivers of all time, he goes into the ditch. Do you know that Eddie got up and walked right away from that thing? The hottest ride of the month, Fuel Funny Cars. The candlelight goes down. It's Gary Tapshaw at Sonoma Nationals in Sonoma, California. Now, if he was John Force, he would already been out of that car. John Force, John's had practice, but look at Gary. He goes up once, yeah, come on, Gary, let's get out of this thing. Baby, it's hot in there. Here comes the Safari to the rescue. The roughest landing on water. He had been undefeated all year. The only thing that beat him was centrifugal force. Hydroplane, Chip Hanauer in the Miss Bud, Seattle, Washington. The golf shot of the summer. The Happy Mex gets the award. It's Lee Trevino at the Kroger Classic in Cincinnati. Lee Trevino, notorious for those great hole-in-ones, and Lee Trevino gets another one to make the plays of summer. The best pass play in the NFL preseason, Rich Gannon of the Minnesota Vikings, who throws a Hail Mary. It goes officially as 52 yards. He heaved this thing over 60 yards, tipped away to Anthony Carter for the touchdown. The Vikings were undefeated, didn't give up a touchdown. Toughest way to get a good picture. Check out the cameraman. Meet Mark Duper. You guys say, well, now, what does the picture really look like on a play? Mark says, you all right? He says, yeah, Mark, you'll see it on the sports machine. Here's what the tape knows. Tape says, let's get out of here. Cameraman says, I got to hang in there, man. Could be a sports machine shot. The best picture by a cameraman, however, in a bull riding ring, Shaw Sullivan, who gets hit from behind. Now, the cameraman clearly is not an experienced bull man, because a good bull man says, let's get out of here. He says, I think I'll outrun the bull. I think you won't, Jody. Jody, man, into the wall. I can laugh, because Jody, hey, Jody, you're my main man. You'll make the highlights every time, man. As far as your camera, it's done. Most expensive bull ride, Dodge Dakota. Not ridden by anyone ever know how. Worth $15,000 if you can ride him. You want to go to Mesquite next week? It's worth $16,000. Well, doesn't work. Scott Pickens didn't make any money on that one. John McEnroe, how'd you like our plays of summer? John, were they good? Did you get a... John, don't blame the cameraman. We've been taking a beating all summer. I want to take just a moment to welcome everyone in New Orleans, Louisiana tonight, watching on WDSU TV, and to those of you who endured Hurricane Andrew, especially everybody down Florida way. Our best wishes for a successful, speedy, and complete recovery. Will millions ruin blue-collar Mark Rypien? You'll find out next Sunday when he joins us on the Sports Machine. Have a good week, everybody.